Week 5 of Dream Season Football begins with the 0-2 Buccaneers against the 2-1 Eagles. 3-all in the second quarter. Brad Johnson back to throw. Keenan McCardell with a huge touchdown to take the lead. And then Johnson handing it off for another touchdown. 17-9 now, still one possession game. McNabb needs to come back, but he'll get picked. Kelly on the interception. That's how the Bucs win at 17-9. Cleveland Browns at Buffalo to take on the Bills. Cleveland would struggle early on after being down 3-0. Kosar with the interception. Nate Odoms taking it the distance, 97 yards for a Buffalo touchdown. But down 17-7, Cleveland would get on a roll. Kosar back to throw, and he'd hit Kemp for a huge 60-yard touchdown. And then Ernest Biner getting the action, 80 yards going the distance. Now Buffalo down, they need a fourth quarter comeback. Thurman Thomas getting them into the red zone. Then Scott Norwood with a chance to seal the deal late. The kick is up and it is good. And with 15 seconds to go, Buffalo has the lead. But the Browns have one final shot on 4th and 10. It's complete. Ozzie Newsome breaking a tackle, but he'd be 20 yards short. Final 23-21. 3-1 Raiders at the 1-3 Giants. And the Raiders season so far can be summed up in 2 words. Dave Casper in the fourth quarter. A 70-yard dagger to the Giants. Final 21-14. Both these teams enter the game 1-3, but obviously in different directions. First quarter, Bradshaw play action hitting Lynn Swann, who's breaking a tackle, going 31 yards for the Pittsburgh touchdown. Now up 7-0. Pittsburgh just piling it on to the Lions. Final 24-7. Pittsburgh now 2-3. I'd like to call this game the greatest game on turf, and I will show you why. Brett Favre with an early touchdown to Bernard Berrien, now 7-0, but the Rams would quickly respond. Torrey Holt with the huge play going 74 yards all the way for the St. Louis touchdown. 7-all in the first. Then in the second, a Peterson touchdown, make it 21-17 at halftime. The Vikings are on a roll, Favre back to throw, and it'd be another touchdown. Sidney Rice receiving that ball. And then a late field goal would make it 31-17, a 2-touchdown lead. St. Louis midway through the fourth needs a big play. Hakeem with the first down, and then Warner on third down, another completion. Warner handing off to Falk, who would be battling for a St. Louis touchdown. The Rams, can they force a 3-and-out? Yes, they can. And look at this, they get the ball back. Now they need another touchdown. Warner, can he get the comeback? Hakeem with a huge play, and look at this. He goes all the way to the end zone. Now the Rams are tied. Now the Vikings are looking for some points to win this game after being behind. Harvin with a big first down. And then Favre back to throw. You'd throw left and it'd be intercepted. Devin Bush with the game on the line, heading all the way to the 40, 30, out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A huge interception. Now the Rams have a chance to win this game after being down by 14. Falk with the run, and then on 4th and 1, the Rams have to settle for a late field goal. 28 seconds to go. Snap ball down with Jeff Wilkins is good. From 30 yards out, now the Rams have the lead. So the Vikings, one last shot with 1 second to go. Back to throw, Shanko with another huge play, but he's down 18 yards short. 2-2 Cowboys taking on the winless Chiefs, and it would be all Dallas today, as it would be a Kenny Martin touchdown followed by an Emmitt Smith gallop at the end of the half to make it 21-10. Then in the fourth quarter, with the Cowboys trailing for the first time today, beat Emmitt Smith with a huge 70-yard touchdown to win the game for the Cowboys 42-25. Skins taking on the winless Panthers, and it would be all Skins in the first half after a 3-0 score. Theismann throwing to his big play man Brown, who would battle his way 37 yards for Washington touchdown. And then in the fourth quarter, with Carolina down by 6, a chance to win the game. On 4th and 17, DeLone would get sacked and fumbled. Final 13-7. Seattle riding high after 2 straight wins, taking on the winless Jacksonville Jaguars. Pre-game matchup looked like it'd be all Seahawks, and that was the way it was in the first quarter. But then it would be Barlow who would change that, and then later, down by 7, Fred Taylor with the huge play to get the Jaguars tied in the second quarter. Jacksonville, after a Seahawks 3-and-out, would quickly reply with a touchdown to Greg Estania. And then with the score 31-17, the Seahawks would finally respond, but it would be way too late. Final 31-24. Falcons traveling to San Fran to take on the Niners in what seemed like a high-flying shootout. In the first quarter, one team knew how to score, and that was the Niners. Early touchdown, Joe Montana, and then later Montana throwing to John Taylor for an early 23-yard touchdown to score 17-0 at halftime. But this game would be a tale of two halves. Chandler back to throw for their first touchdown of the game, the Falcons making it 17-7, and then Montana. They need first downs to try to seal this game. Jerry Rice with a big play, but they would be unable to finish the deal as Roger Craig would be stuffed. Giving the ball back to the Falcons, can they make a drive? Kinchin with a huge play, and then Chandler back to throw, hitting Tony Martin. But then on 3rd and 11, the Niners would finally stifle down on defense after forcing a 3-and-out right there. So they would have to settle for a field goal, the Falcons. Can they get this in one possession game with 2:14 to go? Snap, ball down, kick is good. Alright, so Gary Anderson makes it a 7-point game. Can the Niners steal the deal? Roger Craig on 3rd and 8, no he can't. So the ball is right back to the Falcons, and Chandler with a fourth quarter drive. Can they tie this game up with 30 seconds to go? Chandler on 2nd and goal, throwing to the end zone. It'd be intercepted. Bernard Pollard to seal the deal. The Niners go above 500, 3-2, thanks to Pollard with a huge interception on the 7-yard line as Chandler was searching all day but couldn't find anything against that Niners defense. Falcons now 2-2. Texans, Cardinals in a huge offensive shootout. It would be Houston in the first quarter, as it would be a huge touchdown by Andre Davis, and then another huge play by Kevin Walter. Shaw back to throw, rolling right, and he would hit Walter, who would break a tackle and go across to the 40, 35-30, 25-20. Can he score to the 15, 10, 5? Oh, guy from out of nowhere stops him at the 3. And then Houston would reply though. Slayton on the inside run, he'd get a touchdown, but as the Cardinals replied, it would be Arizona with a defensive stand. Cards now 3-2. New England traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos after their one-game win streak. Wow. Okay, so Tom Brady in the first quarter would hit Randy Moss, and look what he'd do. He'd break several tackles running across midfield. Can he score a touchdown on a long play? No, he would be stopped after 5, but a 75-yard reception would set up this 5-yard touchdown to Wes Welker to make it the first touchdown of the game for the Patriots. Can the Denver Broncos, after 3-and-out, get a good punt here on 4th and 9? Yes, they can. Ball on the 1-yard line. What will the Patriots do with it? They'll throw to Welker, and he'll get sacked for a safety. So 7-2 in the first quarter, and Denver would reply with that after a huge play for Shannon Sharp. 50 yards for the Denver touchdown will give the Broncos an 11-10 lead in the second quarter. But right as the Broncos were getting on a roll, the Patriots would have an offensive shootout. Randy Moss with a 41-yard touchdown to give the Patriots a 17-12 lead. And then after another Patriots field goal, John Elway would be picked by Richard Seymour, and he would take it the distance as the Broncos now in the fourth quarter down by 14. Rod Smith would score, but it would be way too late. Final 34-22. Sunday Night Football could not get any sweeter. 3-1 Colts and the 4-0 Titans. Even though this game would be all Titans, Eddie George with a 60-yard touchdown to make it 10-0. And then in the fourth quarter, up by 4, it'd be a second touchdown of the day. McNair and the Titans win yet again. They're now 5-0 impressively. Final 24-19. 2-2 Dolphins hosting the 1-3 New York Jets, and it would be the Dolphins who would figure out a way to win it in Miami. They are now 3-2, while the Jets are now 1-4 on the season. Here are your standings after Week 5, and it would be the Oakland Raiders, Dolphins, Baltimore Ravens, and Tennessee Titans who are in front of their divisions in the AFC, while in the NFC, it's the Rams, Redskins, Bears, and Buccaneers. So make sure to tune in Friday, as it would be the Rams and the Vikings in the greatest game on turf. See how this game went down in full films replay. I will see you on Friday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this presentation of the Dream Season Football League. Tune in Sunday for next week's edition of the Dream Season Football League.